The prophecy of the March 26th Nintendo Direct has come true. The vessel to give us the information on video games that we have been wanting has finally come to fruition, and now Nintendo has stealth dropped a Nintendo Direct Mini today, talking about the upcoming games for the Nintendo Switch, including a bunch of games releasing today on the platform. So in this video, I want to go over what Nintendo talked about in this Nintendo Direct, because honestly, it's pretty exciting. We got confirmation of a lot of things that we have talked about on the channel as well, so that's what we're going to do today. What's up guys, I'm RGT85. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But without any further ado, let's talk about that Nintendo Direct Mini and everything we learned from it. So starting things off, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition was one of the cornerstones of this presentation. I think a lot of people were expecting this game to be showcased in this Nintendo Direct whenever this Nintendo Direct would happen, and it does have a concrete release date. I've been saying that I felt that this was going to be a May game, and yes, the game is coming out on May 29th. Now, I think the game itself looks really good. This is a game that I have played on the Nintendo Wii and on the Nintendo 3DS, the new 3DS, so I'm not really super interested in diving into this game on day one, but they are doing some additional content. There's going to be a new story mode in this game as well that sort of extends the story of Xenoblade Chronicles. So if you're a hardcore Xenoblade Chronicles fan, there's obviously going to be some new content in there for you. I think the graphical style of the game definitely looks a lot better than it did on the Wii. It's not just simply an HD version of the Wii game. They've done a lot of things to improve the textures and the environment. So overall, I think the game looks really good. I'm not quite sure if this is going to be a day one purchase for me, like I said, as I am very familiar with the Nintendo Wii and the new 3DS version of the game, but I may end up checking it out. I do like Xenoblade Chronicles, and I think it's a pretty good game. Moving right along, we had 2K Games announce several titles for the Nintendo Switch. Two of the games which we had talked about previously on the channel. The first game they talked about was the BioShock Collection. The BioShock Collection, of course, consists of BioShock 1, 2, and BioShock Infinite, and that will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Like I said, that is a game that we have talked about on the channel previously that was reported by the Koreans rating board, so definitely great to see that. Of course, XCOM 2 was another game we talked about potentially coming to the Nintendo Switch with a rating from the Koreans rating board, and now that game has been confirmed as well. And then there was one interesting game that was actually not confirmed before, but now we have confirmation on it, and that is the Borderlands Legendary Collection, which features Borderlands 1, the prequel to Borderlands 1, and Borderlands 2. So I'm sure Jordan Fringe is very excited for that, as he is a big Borderlands fan. Now, the interesting thing about this is all three of these games coming to us from 2K are coming out next month on May 29th. Yes, all three games release at the same time. I'm not quite sure why they're doing that, why they're not spreading it out a little bit, but hey, there's a bunch of games coming out in May now, so that's a very good thing for Nintendo Switch owners if you haven't played these games previously, or if you have and you just want to check out some of these games again on your Nintendo Switch. Then we got some Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 new DLC featuring the Fantastic Four. Honestly, you know, it'll look cool, but nothing really for me there. It does look interesting there. If you are still playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, at least you're getting some new content. Then we got introduced to a new game from Capcom that actually comes out today on the Nintendo Switch eShop, and I really want to play this. It is called Shinsegae Into the Depths. It's a 2D action adventure game that looks really cool. It takes place underwater, and I thought the graphical style of the game looked really good. Like, this game definitely has my interest. I like when Capcom does sort of little weird side projects like this, and I think this game has a lot of potential. I really like the gunplay in the game as well that was showcased in this, so I'm actually going to be picking this up today. Like I said, it does come out today on the Nintendo Switch eShop, and it's just one of the many stealth drops that is releasing today on the system. Then, of course, we got some Animal Crossing information. Animal Crossing is the most popular game right now in the entire world. Everyone seems to love it. I, of course, still have not picked it up. I did try to win a copy last night in OJ from Player Essence's giveaway, because I said I wasn't going to buy the game, but if I win a copy, I mean, that's completely different, right? But yes, they are adding in some free updates in the month of April for events and things like that, which is something I expected them to talk about. Katherine Full Body, which was another game that we've talked about on the channel that was talked about on the Koreans rating board, is also confirmed for the Nintendo Switch and coming out on July 7th. Now, this is a very weird game, but it has a big following, so I don't know, maybe I will end up checking this game out. You know, it does have sort of an anime style to it, but the gameplay looks pretty interesting, and people seem to absolutely love this game, so there has to be a reason for that. Then Ring Fit Adventure is getting a free update with a brand new rhythm game that's being added into it that seems seems like it's going to incorporate various Nintendo songs into the game. I still haven't played my Ring Fit Adventure in quite a while. Beetlejuice is working on that, but I might end up checking that out just for the hell of it. It is a free update, so why not check out things that are free? Then we were introduced to King's Bounty 2, which is a tactical RPG. It looks a lot like a PC-style tactical RPG game, but I thought the game looked pretty interesting, honestly. Obviously, you're moving various troops around, but I thought the battle scenes of the game looked really cool. It says it's going to have a very deep story as well. Evidently, the King's Bounty series is somewhat popular with PC gamers, so I may end up checking this game out. I'm not quite sure, but I did like what we saw from this game, and I think fans of tactical RPGs will really enjoy this game. We learned about the brand new Smash Brothers character, and it's coming to us from ARMS. Now, they did not say which of the characters from ARMS is going to be the new Smash Brothers character, but obviously this sort of changes up the game a lot because the ARMS characters have those really long detachable arms. They didn't say which character it was going to be. They did say that they would be giving more information in the future very soon, so you'll be on the lookout for things like that. But yeah, ARMS, you know, I didn't really like that game, but I think one of those characters in Smash Brothers would be really interesting. The next game was a game that I expected to be at this Nintendo Direct, and that is Bravely Default 2. Now, while we didn't get a release date for Bravely Default 2, we did get a much more in-depth look than we did at the Video Game Awards 2019, and I think the game looks absolutely fantastic. The visual style looks just phenomenal in this game, and I think it's going to be a huge hit whenever it hits the Nintendo Switch. Now, if you want to play a demo of it, there's actually a demo dropping today on the Nintendo Switch eShop, and they're doing that sort of feedback thing where they're going to tweak things based on their feedback, which is something that Square Enix seems to like to do. So this game looks absolutely fantastic. I think it's going to be a late summer release, but definitely very cool stuff. And then we saw a new Clubhouse games. Now, this is a series that was pretty popular on the DS, and it's basically a collection of different mini games that you can play in local multiplayer, play by yourself, or play some of these games online. There's a bunch of different games that are going to be included. This game will be coming out on June 5th, so if you like these little sort of mini games, you got something to look forward to. Then we learned about Ninjalah, which is the game that I think we talked about a few weeks ago on the channel that sort of took place in these big cities that was like a combination between Splatoon and Fortnite. It is an 8-player online game, and honestly, I thought it looked pretty fun. This is actually going to be a free-to-play game. You're playing in different areas and getting different power-ups and trying to take out other people that are playing with you online. It looks very nice. It looks like it's running very smooth as well, and this game will also be coming out on May 27th, and like I said, this is a free-to-play game. I'm sure there will be some sort of microtransactions, but at least it looks like a fun game, and it looks like a game that I think people will enjoy checking out. Now, one of the reasons I thought we were getting this Nintendo Direct today on March 26th was something we talked about Sunday on the channel with Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, supposedly coming out for the PlayStation 4 today on March 26th. And yes, this is yet another stealth drop for the Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo Switch. This game will be coming out today. It is a $20 game and it has online play as well. I think this game looks a lot better than Jedi Outcast 2. This might be a game that I actually end up picking up and checking out. I like to see all the old characters in the game as well. It looks a lot more streamlined, and that online multiplayer seems like it's going to be really fun. They also said that Star Wars Pod Racer was coming out. They didn't really give any sort of time frame for when, but yeah, they said Pod Racer was coming out. And then a game that I've been looking forward to, a game that we talked about a few weeks ago on the channel, Panzer Dragoon Remake is coming out today. Yes, it is coming out today on the Nintendo Switch, and this was the best thing I saw from this. I was so freaking excited because I've been looking forward to this game ever since E3 2019. I'm currently trying to get a review copy. Worst case, I'm going to buy it. I am still waiting on the physical edition of this game as well. Supposedly they are doing a physical edition of this game, but yes, Panzer Dragoon Remake comes out today. Sega fans rejoice because finally we get to play this game, and I think it's going to absolutely kick ass. Then we got a sizzle reel of some games that showed off Trials of Mana, a game called Fuser, which looks sort of like a rock band game, but it was with DJ stuff. Elder Scrolls Blades, which I feel like everyone forgot about that game. Warhammer, a new Warhammer game. I've never played a Warhammer game. And then a big surprise announcement with Burnout Paradise Remastered coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is something I had heard in rumors, but I wasn't quite sure if it was actually going to happen. Obviously, EA is a very strange company when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, but yeah, Burnout Paradise Remastered is coming to the Nintendo Switch sometime in 2020, according to this sizzle reel, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. That game was absolutely fantastic. A really fun game. The Burnout series is awesome. I don't know why EA doesn't do more of them, but yeah, Burnout Paradise Remastered is coming to the Nintendo Switch sometime in 2020. Now, as good as this Nintendo Direct was as far as giving things like release dates and talking about games, which is really what I care about, I will say that they sort of ended it on a personal dud for me. I was kind of like, why would you end on that? And that is with Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC. Now, this is something that we already know is coming. You know, we got a Pokemon Direct where they talked about this pretty in-depth on what to expect, and they pretty much just reaffirmed when this stuff was coming out and when you'll be seeing this stuff. And I guess that's good for fans of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Obviously, there are a lot of people out there that enjoy these games, but I felt like they should have went with a surprise for the end of the Nintendo Direct, something that we didn't know about. And the end on Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC was just a personal dud for me. I know people out there will absolutely love it, but I gotta keep it real with you guys. If something that doesn't appeal to me, like, it doesn't appeal to me, I'm not gonna fake the funk. But overall, this Nintendo Direct Mini was very, very good. All I care about when it comes to Nintendo Directs is learning about games and learning about release dates of these games. I don't care how Nintendo does it. If they just want to send out a tweet or a press release to talk about when a game is coming out, that's fine with me. But I feel like this Nintendo Direct Mini will definitely cheer people up. We learned about a lot of games coming out in the very near future, and that is a very good thing. May is going to be an absolutely stacked month with Nintendo Switch releases right now, and honestly, I'm very excited to see it. So overall, a very good presentation. I do wish it would have ended a little bit better, but you know what? We take what we can get in this crazy world right now, and I feel like Nintendo definitely delivered something that will make people happy. So let me know in the comments section down below what you thought of this Nintendo Direct Mini. Are you surprised that it came out? Did you believe in the process and how I was saying it was going to happen on March 26th? Do you trust me now? And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Be sure to check out other videos on the channel, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one, because I'm going to play Panzer Dragoon Remake. Later.